Hi everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel, or should I say welcome back to myself. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I just had a baby, 6 months ago, but it was very hard for me to publish patterns, new tutorials and everything. But anyway, I'm back. Today I'm showing you how to make this cutie patootie, so cute, pumpkin spice latte. I think it's the season, like we are in September. And in September we start having pumpkin spice latte. But so it is part of a collection. I made also a coffee, a milkshake, a matcha latte, unicorn drink. So it's part of a collection. You can find the whole collection for the patterns on my Etsy shop. But I'm definitely giving you a free tutorial for this one. So you will be able to follow all along the video. I will tell you every row, every round, every technique, everything to make it happen. As usual, you can find the written pattern with all the instructions, the pictures and everything on my Etsy shop and my Patreon. You can use the code YouTube10 to get 10% off the whole collection, all the drinks. So thank you so much if you decide to purchase. It really helps me to keep posting free tutorials for you guys, so I truly appreciate the support. And if you are a beginner, you can also follow this video because you see I use fluffy yarn here for the whipped cream, but you can use regular chenille yarn, so you can absolutely make it happen. As usual, if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to answer to everyone. And let's get started with a list of supplies. So for the supplies, the links to purchase the supplies and similar yarns available in Europe are in the description of this video right below. The use of different supplies from what indicated may vary the final results. So you don't have to use the same brand that I'm using, but the weight category has to be the same for a similar result. So I used 3 sizes of hooks, 6, 7 and 8 millimeters. And for the yarns, main yarns, I used Premier Parfait Chunky in Tangerine, Premier Parfait Chunky in Chocolate, then Honey Bunny from Hobby in color Nougat for the cup holder. And then for the whipped cream, I used Parfait Chunky mixed with Little Bunny. I crocheted the 2 threads together. But if you struggle with fluffy yarn, you can use chenille yarn by itself. Like you can use Parfait Chunky white by itself. I had some testers doing it, and it's actually very nice. So you don't have to do like the whole fluffy yarn thing. But if you do, I recommend you to double it with chenille yarn because the stitches are more visible and is way easier to crochet with it. Then there are some yarns you only need a very small amount, so it's Premier Parfait Chunky in yellow for the sparkle on top of the whipped cream. Then Parfait Chunky in ballet pink for the cheeks, so you see very small amount. And Premier Parfait Chunky in color teddy bear for the cinnamon stick. So same thing, you only need a little bit. And finally, for the other type of supplies, same thing, the links are in the description below. So black cotton yarn, very thin to create the smile. Then darning needles, I like to use the curved one. So the link I give you is to order the curved one. I think it's very convenient to sew on plushies with it if they are curved. Then I use hot glue. My favorite tool ever is hot glue because I don't like sewing. Then 8mm safety eyes, so you will need 2. A little piece of cardboard to put at the bottom of the cup and the bottom of the feet. Then a lap counter, stitch markers, some stuffing, sewing clips, and wooden sticks. So I use the wooden sticks, like barbecue type of sticks to place the elements, the different elements with them before sewing. I think it really helped before. So voila, that's it for the supplies.
So the following video is a step-by-step tutorial to crochet my pumpkin spice latte. You can also get the written patterns for this string and all the other ones on my Etsy shop. You can use a promo code YouTube10 to get 10% off the bundle and my Patreon. It's on my Patreon as well. The links are in the descriptions, and thank you so much for the support if you decide to purchase. The number you will see in parentheses is the number of stitches to have at the end of each round and each row. So make sure to count how many stitches you have at the end of each round, so like that you know it's correct. My creations are crocheted using the yarn under technique, and I work rounds in spiral, no chain stitch or slip stitch between them. Last thing, my patterns and tutorials are copyrighted, so please do not sell, copy, or distribute them. But you can absolutely sell the finished products and even send me pictures. It always makes me happy. Let's get started and let me know if you have any questions. So let's start with the legs. You will need to make 2 of them. And I used a chocolate Premier Parfait chunky and a hook 6mm. You will see in the video I use a blue yarn, but please use chocolate or dark brown yarn. I just filmed it for another drink, but please use a dark brown yarn. And these are the abbreviations that I use for the legs and the traduction in French, because I know a lot of French people are watching. And you will start with 5 chain stitches. Then you will place stitch markers on chain stitch 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on the right loop of the stitch. You see on the right loop, so I place 5 stitch markers. We will use them a little bit later. You see on the right side. And then skip the chain number 5 and make 1 single crochet in each chain stitches. So you see you will skip basically the last one that you made. So you skip that one and you go to that one and make 1 single crochet in each chain stitches. Place a marker on this first single crochet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Voila. Then make 1 single crochet in each stitch on the other side of the chain. They are marked by the 5 green stitch markers that I told you to put. So you see you have 5 stitch markers. And you make 1 single crochet in each of them. Voila, so you are back to the marker and you should have 9 stitches total. Then place what you just crocheted on a piece of cardboard and draw the contour. Then cut it a little bit smaller than the contour and keep it on the side for later. So I will show you is to make the foot flat. So here you're gonna get your piece of cardboard, I use toilet paper. Yeah, I know it's not very glamorous, but that's all I had. And you really don't have to do that. I just like when the feet are flat. I don't know. I think the result is nicer. So I'm grabbing a pen and I will draw the contour. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's totally okay if it's not. Voila. Then I will draw a little bit smaller. No, so here I redo the contour to make it more visible. I'm sorry, it's not super visible, but basically it's a oval. And then I make some dots inside to show you where to cut a little bit smaller than the contour, you see, a little bit smaller. Voila. So as I say, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be the same shape as the bottom of the foot and a little bit smaller. Then we are doing round number 2, which is in the back loop only, 1 decrease, and is still in the back loop only, 1 single crochet in each stitch. So here you see you start with a decrease in the back loop only, that's important. That's also to make the bottom of the foot flat. Voila, 1 decrease, and then still in the back loop, 1 single crochet in each stitch, and you should have 8 stitches at the end of round number 2. And round number 3, 1 single crochet in each stitch, so very easy. Then block the yarn with a marker, insert the cardboard to make the foot flat. Don't hesitate to cut it a little bit more if it doesn't fit, and then stuff lightly. So I'll show you exactly how I done it. Voilà, so you insert it at the bottom, and you should make the foot flat, or flatter, I will say. And then you stuff a little bit, just a little bit. Then round number 4 is 1 decrease, 4 single crochet, 1 decrease, and that should give you 6 stitches. Then round number 5, 1 single crochet in each stitch. Then once you are done, you can cut the yarn and fasten off. Then I will show you a picture by following the arrow on the picture to close the leg. Don't cut the tail, we will use it later to sew the legs to the drink. So here you see there is an arrow right there to close the opening basically of the legs and make 2 of them. And now we will make the arms, 2 of them as well. So here are the abbreviations that I used for the arms in French as well. And I used a hook 6mm and steel Premier Parfait chunky in chocolate. So you start by making a magic ring and 6 single crochet in the ring. Just want to apologize for the quality of the video. I don't know what happened. It got foggy, I guess, in the room. I don't know. And it's just for the arms, so I'm sorry about that. So 6 single crochet in the ring. Then get your lap counter. We will make 2 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch, so it's round 2 and round 3. Voila, so 2 rounds and stuff a little bit. Oh, you say you can cut the tail from the magic ring, sorry, and then stuff a little bit, just a little bit, not much. I'm so sorry about the quality of the video right here. I feel ashamed a little bit. I feel ashamed, but I didn't refilm it, so I'm sorry. And then we will do round number 3, which is 1 decrease, 4 single crochet. You should have 5 stitches at the end of the round. Then get your lap counter again, because we are doing 3 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch, and is from round 5, 6 and 7. So 3 rounds, then you can cut the yarn fast enough and make an invisible finish. So an invisible finish is like to create a fake stitch to make it nice. So I will show you how to do right there. So you need a darning needle, and you just like create a fake stitch. When you pass in the loops. Voilà. There you go. Voila. And then we will do like the legs, you know, we will sew to close the end of the arm. So to make it flat, you know. And to make sure the stuffing doesn't come out also. So I just like sew very quickly, following the line. Voila. And you will have to do the same exact thing for the second arms. The second arm, not the second arms. Voila. So now we are doing the cup. So here are the abbreviation for the cup. So you see it's a little bit more stitches, but very easy, very easy. And I will use Premier Parfait Chunky in color Tangerine and a hook 7mm this time. So you start by making a magic ring and 6 single crochet in the magic ring. Then you make 6 increases. That will give you 12 stitches at the end of the round. So just as a reminder, an increase is 2 single crochet in the same stitch, so that double the number of stitches if you make 6 of them. Voila. Then round number 3 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase 6 times, and that will give you a total of 18 stitches at the end of round 3. Round number 4, 2 single crochet, 1 increase 6 times. You will have 24 stitches. Place what you just crocheted on a piece of cardboard and draw the contour. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to make the bottom of the cup flat, and then cut it a little bit smaller than the contour and keep it on the side for later. So it's the same thing as we did for the feet, just to make it flatter. And I use the same piece of of cardboard, which is toilet paper. Yes, I'm not ashamed. Voila, so it's the same thing as earlier. Then on round number 4 we will place threads or marker on the front loops of the 9th and the 15th single crochet. This is where we will sew the feet afterwards, so only in the front loops I will show you. Then we will make a round number 5, so in the back loop only you crochet 1 single crochet in each stitch. So back loop only, you place the threads on the front loops, and here you are crocheting in the back loops. Round number 6 to 11, so it's 6 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch. Use the lap counter or a paper or something so you don't get lost. Then round number 12 is 11 single crochet, 1 increase 2 times. So at the end of the round, make sure to count, you should have 26 stitches. Round 13 to 15, 3 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch. And finally we are only gonna crochet in the front loop only, and we make one single crochet in each stitch, but this time only in the front loop. So that will give the little side of the cup, you will see. So it's the last round and it's round 16 in the front loop. I show you right here where it is. Voilà, so once you are done, you can cut the yarn and make an invisible finish, place a cardboard circle at the bottom and stuff the cup. So now we are making the cup holder. I used Honey Bunny from Hobby in color Nougat and a hook 6mm this time. And here are the abbreviations that you will need. So start by making 6 chain stitches. Then skip the first chain stitch and crochet in the second one from the hook and make one single crochet in each stitch, so that will give you 5 stitches plus one turning chain at the end. So I will show you. The turning chain is just a chain stitch that you use to turn. It's very easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do a chain stitch to turn. Voila. That's called a turning chain. Then turn your work and start crocheting in the last single crochet made right here. So you don't crochet in the turning chain, you crochet in the last single crochet that was made, and you make 1 single crochet in each stitch again, so that gives you 5. Voila, turning chain again, and then you will just repeat this row, like the same row over and over until the cup holder can almost fully wrap around the cup. For me it was approximately 9.5 inches long or 24 centimeters, but you just have to check on your cup because it depends of the size of your cup. You will see with mine you almost have to wrap around, not totally. Voila, so I'm on my last row. I switched to hook 7mm because I lost at this moment the hook 6mm. My dog was probably eating it, but keep using the 6mm. Voila, so you just have to check that he almost wrap around. You see, almost. It's perfect like that. So then you will make 1 single crochet in each stitch along the 3 edges that I will show you in the video. So first edge, second edge, third edge, that's where you're gonna crochet 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I don't have a definite number of stitches to give you, it's just you have to crochet every time you have to crochet a stitch every time you can. Voila. So it will just give like a nice border to the cup holder. I just like using this technique. Voila, and once you are done, you can fasten off. Keep approximately 8 inches or 20 centimeters of yarn. We will use it later to sew both ends of the cup holder together. And then you can weave in the end from the chain, so that means just hide the tails, in the work. So I will show you in the video how I did it. So here you just fasten off, voila. And I will show you how I did to weave in. So then we are creating the face. So place the safety eyes approximately in the middle of the cup holder, 4 rows apart. So make sure it's almost in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly in the middle. The most important is that it's 4 rows apart. So you have the same spacing as mine. 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. Voila. So it should look like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and then you place a little, how do you call it? I think it's washers, right? The safety part. Voila. Then we are going to make the cheeks with pink chenille yarn and a darning needle. We will embroider 2 cheeks under the eyes. So here I don't even have to explain, I just show you because It's very, very easy. Then with a thin black cotton thread and a darning needle we will embroider the smile in the middle of the eyes. First braid the entire line with the thread, tie a knot, then hide the knot under the stitches with a thin hook. So I will just show you. So make sure you use like a thin cotton yarn, like if it's too thick it's not very nice. So I show you exactly. So you see here I create the line. Then I will tie a knot and hide it. Then you have two options. So you know me, I use the first option with hot glue. So to keep the shape round of the smile, I apply a very small amount of glue. I will show you in the video. Very easy. But if you prefer with a sewing thread, so with the thinner thread, I use one of the thin threads that compose the cotton threads and a sewing needle. Pull that line down to create an arc and to make it stay in place. Tie a very small knot at the bottom of the smile. So this is option 1 with hot glue. You see I use a darning needle just to make it stay in place and to keep the round shape. I just like this technique better. I just think it's easier. I told you hot glue is my favorite tool. I know some people don't like it. I love it. And then I will show you option number 2 if you prefer the sewing thread option. If you hear snoring in the back, it's my pug, so I'm just letting you know I'm not falling asleep. It's just my pug is sleeping so peacefully. option number 2. You see I take one of the thin thread of the cotton yarn and just tie a knot to create an arc, and then I hide everything in the stitches. Voila! So now we are making the whipped cream. So you have two options for the yarn. So either you use Premier Parfait Chunky only with a hook 7mm, or you use Premier Parfait Chunky with Little Bunny in white, and here you will need to use a hook 8mm. So it's up to you. And the start of the video is with Premier Parfait Chunky only because the stitches are more visible, so I wanted to show you guys. But the end of the video is with Parfait Chunky and Little Bunny. I like the look of the whipped cream with both yarns. That's why I ended up doing both. But I started with just shiny yarn because like that the stitches are more visible and it's easy for you to watch. And here are the abbreviation I will be using for the whipped cream. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired, it's 10 p.m. So then you start with 9 chain stitches. Yeah, I was thinking about the time. I say it's 10 p.m. I gotta go to sleep, but I have to finish my voiceover. So 9 chain stitches. Voila. Keep the first chain stitch and crochet in the second one from the hook and make 1 single crochet in each stitch. So that will give you 8 stitches at the end of row number 1. Then for the rest of the whipped cream, do not make a turning chain, simply turn your work and start crocheting in the first stitch from the hook. No turning chain, you just turn your work and easy peasy. So for row number 2, it will be in the back loop only. That's important to create a whipped cream. Back loop only, and you start by making 1 increase, 5 single crochet, 1 decrease, and you still have 8 stitches at the end of the row. It's important to do it in the back loop only. That's what gives a nice effect for the whipped cream. In the back loop only. Voila, so this is row number 2. Then row number 3, back loop only, again, 1 decrease, 5 single crochet, 1 increase. I will still give you 8 stitches at the end of the row. But you see we are doing the opposite, so you start by 1 decrease. Voila, so now you're gonna repeat row 2 and row 3 until the whipped cream measures 23 inches or 58 centimeters long. So you keep going and going and going until it's long enough. Voila, so as I told you, I finished with a fluffy yarn just because I like it better. Voila, and then we're gonna measure it, so it should be 23 inches long or 58 centimeter long. 23, so I'll show you again. 23 inches long and 58 centimeter. Voila. Then keep approximately 30 inches of yarn, 76 centimeter of yarn, then fasten off. So we will need all this yarn later, you will see. So just cut it and fasten off. Then with yellow and orange chenille yarn, embroider some sprinkles just to make it even cuter. Then place a little bit of stuffing as shown in the picture and fold it in half horizontally, so I will show you exactly how to do it. And you can use sewing clips to keep it folded. So let me show you. So I roll little bit of stuffing with my hands, and I will place it in the middle of the whipped cream, and then I will close it with sewing clips. With a long tail, sew along the edge, following the clips. Don't forget to sew the end as well so the stuffing doesn't come out. And after that, you can remove the clips. So to start sewing the whipped cream to the cup, we will use the back loops from the round 16. So I will show you, I used marker to show you on the picture where some of them are. Curl the end of the whipped cream and place it in the cup as shown in the video. And with white cotton yarn, sew the whipped cream to the back loops. after that, wrap the whipped cream on itself as shown in the video. I used wooden sticks to hold it in place while hot gluing or sewing. You know me, I hot glue it. If you decide to sew, pass the cotton thread from bottom to top several times. I decided to hot glue as it was easier and faster. But you can totally sew it if you want. So it should look like that, and I will show you how I glued it. So now we are making the 2 little cinnamon sticks. So I used, so here are the abbreviations that I use in the tutorial, and I used Premier Parfait Chunky in color Teddy Bear and a hook 6 mm. So start by making 4 chain stitches. Then skip the first chain stitch, start crocheting in the second one and make 1 single crochet in each stitch. So skip the first one and go to the second one. Voila. And then you can fasten off and keep 10 inches or 25 centimeters of yarn. Fold it in half vertically, I will show you, and sew both sides together. Then pass the yarn back into the stitches to place it where the other yarn tail is. Voilà, so I show you everything. So now let's get your pumpkin spice latte together and do the assemblage. So let's start with the legs. Place the legs where the threads are at the bottom of the cup. With a long tail, sew the legs, then tie a knot and hide the yarn under the cup. So you remember the 2 threads right here. So place the legs there and sew them as I will show you in the video. Then wrap the cup holder around the cup, place it one round under the edge of the cup. I will show you exactly where to place it. Make sure the face is centered with the feet. That's quite important. Use the 8 inches or 20 centimeters of yarn to sew both ends of the cup holder together and tie a knot and hide the tail. So you see the face is right middle of both legs. If they are not right in the middle, it's okay, you can move it a little bit after. And you place it one round. You see there is one orange round between the cup holder and the whipped cream. That's where you place it. Then after that, place and sew the arms between the cup holder and the legs. To know where to place the arms, make sure there is a space of 3 stitches between the hands. Tie a knot and hide the tail in the cup. So let me show you. So you see I used the wooden sticks to place before sewing. And here there is 3 stitches between them. 1, 2, 3. Voila. And then you can sew them. So then it's optional, but I added a little bit of hot glue under the hand to glue them to the cup. The only reason I hot glue them and not sew them is because if you sew them, you lose the puffy effect of the hand because it will just get flat. So that's why I used hot glue. I think it's just nicer. Voila, so a little bit under each hand and you glue it to the cup. And finally, with the long tails, sew the cinnamon sticks on the whipped cream, and we are almost done.
Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget you can find the whole collection on my Etsy shop and on my Patreon. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please like if you did like this tutorial. Please take care. Bye bye.